If you are not using video to grow your business, you are leaving money on the table. Big money every day. If you are using video for your business but you're not doing it right, you're leaving money on the table, probably big money. Using video for your business is the second most effective medium to communicate to your target audience about what you do, how you do it, what your clients think about your business, and why they should buy from you. It's only second to one-on-one live conversation. And video is the most efficient medium to inform, educate, promote, and sell, as you need to film each message only once to reach countless of prospects. Here are just a few of the videos that you could produce easily to promote your business. Testimonials, success stories, case studies, quick message to your audience, personal messages, about your video, expert interviews, video contests, news stories, video blogs, tutorials, video courses, webinars, Q&A sessions, sales videos, and the list go on and on and on. Video is everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, blogging, websites. And if you don't use your video to grow your business, or you use it badly, your competitors are going to eat your lunch. So, are you willing to get your videos to work for you? I'm going to share with you the first lesson that you must understand when it comes to high quality video in a 10 minutes video that hundreds of entrepreneurs paid €1,000 to learn in a live event. And in this video I will share with you the basic equipment that you need and how to set it all up quickly and easily. But just before we continue, please take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. This way I would be able to deliver you every week even more valuable lessons taken during my live events. See you in a moment. So let's start, like I mentioned it there, let's start with the equipment. Okay? When I shot this video a couple of years ago, it was a little bit more difficult. Today, you pretty much need a camera, and almost any camera would do. Okay, I will tell you what you must have in the camera. But if you will go, this is a. Don't look at the lens. It looks very big because of the lens. But this is actually a normal SLR camera that you buy for, I think, 200 something. You can buy a camera like that for a couple of €100. I'm not sure this specific one, but a camera like that you can buy. You can use almost all of the still cameras that you have. The only problem is that you need to have is an external microphone. And that's not so easy to find. Any small video camera for €150 will do, as long as it has external microphone. External microphone means that there will be a little hole here where you can go and connect this thing. I don't know Lark's, but mine cost €27. I mean, this microphone, this lavalier microphone that I have costs €27, and you need to be able to push it somewhere there. Okay, and it needs to be the right place. It needs to say mic. So when you go to MediaMarkt or any one of those shops, can you shove it in? When you go to MediaMarkt to any kind of those shop, tell them I need a camera that has an external microphone connection. The quality of the light, the quality of the picture, the quality of the sound will be fine for everything that we talked about with any camera. Okay, and that's the same for your iPhone. There is an external microphone. You need to buy it. It goes into the connection, I think, on the bottom, and you can have that. I prefer a camera for that because you can play a little bit more with the zoom. You have a little bit of a better control over light. Does that make sense? The next thing that you want to have is the tripod, not the next. You know, it's all together. You cannot have a camera without a tripod. You need a tripod. This is a kind of a stronger one, but you don't need that. I mean, I have a stative. I have a one that works for me perfectly. It's this size. Okay, it's this size. I put it on a table and it works perfectly. There are those that are just a cork for a bottle that you just put it on any table. On any, this is something else. Can I have that? This is something else. This is for iPhone, but you have that also for cameras. And those are kind of cool, especially when you go out, because they grab on any fence or any branch of a tree. You have this more solid. You have those that are bigger and stronger, so you can have that too. Yeah, it's not a lot of money, and you buy it in the airport or pretty much any shop. But I always forget them just before. I have probably a few of those. Every time in the airport, I need to buy again. Whatever works, but the camera cannot be held in the hand. First of all, many of the videos you will do, you and the camera. So you cannot sit and do selfies all day. Okay, it doesn't work, it doesn't look good. And as I mentioned before, even if somebody films you, it's hard to keep it steady. And imagine that you're there for 5 minutes and somebody can hold it steady for a while, and then just in the last moment they move it and you need to do again. So it's really important to have a tripod. Yeah.
One thing, I'm just thinking, because some of the tripods you buy, you don't really figure out before you get home, and you actually pull them out in the full lengths they have, and some of them come to here. And basically what you mostly want to have is actually that the camera, it should be a little bit higher right now, is on eye height. So make sure that you get a tripod which actually can go to your eye height.
You understood? When it stands, if you want to film, now, if it doesn't, you can go low or sit or whatever it is, but it's true. And when we're filming, I'll talk about it a little bit later. When you film, you want the middle of the lens to be middle of your eyes. Okay, that's the height. Yeah, tripod is not expensive, but you have to have that. Just take a light one, because if you're traveling, make sure that you have a light tripod. So this is a little bit about that. The next point that I want to mention is the lights. It's really, really crucial to have lights.
Because what you want actually, what's important is that when Nisandeh looks at you, you see that there's a kind of a shine in his eyes. That comes from the lamps. And also, of course, to make his face a little bit.
You thought it's mine.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm not allowing her to talk anymore. I will tell you what to say. All right, let's take it a little bit aside so we can talk for the rest. But this is professional light. And many times you need it. And the good thing about professional light is that it's controlled. You control the light. You control the angle. You control how strong it is. You control the location, everything. That's a good thing. Not always you have it. Many of our videos we didn't film ever with the professional light. I think we only put professional when it's here or when it's in my studio, which means in my little room. Okay, all the rest are not used this way. So then we have the two other lights. One is the natural light. The natural light that you just have in the surrounding. In the old days, the colors, what Larke was mentioning, was very, very important. Because if the color of the light was yellow, you got yellow videos. If the color of the light was more blue, you got blue videos. But as much as I know, that doesn't happen anymore. Most of the cameras today are handling it pretty well. You don't need to do anything, and they are handling it well, and it looks good. Okay, most of your cameras will handle the lights very, very good, so it doesn't really matter what the color is. We use a lot of natural light. What you want to make sure, and that's what I think Larke was trying to say before, is let's say that the light comes from the window. Okay, so what you don't want to do is to make sure that the lights will come from the back. Because if the light is very strong from the back, you will be very dark. It's not always. If the person knows how to film, then it will be perfect. I just showed you that in the 45 ways, you saw that the light came from the back, and still it was perfect. But they need to know what they're doing, and the camera shouldn't be too smart. Okay, the camera then is set on on manual, right? And
automatic, it will do that.
Yeah, automatic. It will create for you the black. So then you need to know what you're doing. So my suggestion: don't do this. Make sure the lights come from in front of you or from the side. So you either, if you're the window, then I will stand here, and then the light comes this way, or I will let the light come somehow this way. The only thing that you need to consider is if you go outside. If you really go outside and you film outside, make sure that you're not filming in full sun, because you'll get very, very sharp shadows that are coming from funny places, especially if the sun is coming like this. You will become very, very black here. And we are not seeing it because our eyes are getting used to that, but when you get it later in the video, you will see that. And you have something to add?
What is also with the sun is that it's really hard to film outside if it's sunny at all, because you'll be like this with your eyes.
Yeah.
And that doesn't look very
And in Holland, we found out that the sun is not reliable. Yeah, no, but that's important. But you can make sense. But this is important because that's what I told you before about the artificial or the professional light. You can control it. Whenever you count on a natural light and you're filming for a little while, then it suddenly changes. And your face at the beginning were very light, and then 2 minutes later they are totally dark. And you don't notice that because our eyes are adjusted to that, but the camera will show that. Make sense? Yeah. So when we're filming outside, we always film in the shade, or in where there's not direct sun. So so you can open your eyes, and the other it's a little bit more controlled, and the light is gentler and not so harsh. I don't want to spend more time about it. It's a little bit of a play around. You have now the 3 main tools for that. The next one is about the background of what we film, and I see that all the time it happens. Even to professionals, I see that they make the mistakes. So please do yourself a favor. There are 3 types of backgrounds that you want to make sure that you're using one or 3 things about background. The easiest one to do is with empty background. It's the most boring one, but it's the cleanest one. It's the easiest one to control. So I showed you the white background. You can use black background. This is not very quiet, but if I take a piece of there, then it's gray. Those are all okay. Okay, so those are kind of quiet backgrounds, and I like them usually. I like to do that because then I have a lot of space to play with the text that I want to put, or an image that I want to add, or whatever it is. It makes sense, especially white. For me, white is a tool. I can use it as if it's a whiteboard, right? So I can put a graphic on it, or I can put text on it, and it looks okay. If it was a background of an image or something like that, it will not play nice. Does that make sense? So this is one, but it's quite boring. Verdi is not willing to film on that kind of a background. She just finds it very, very boring. So what you can do is what we call the normal background. And normal is what normal for you. Okay? It might be the background of your office. I do a lot of stuff in my office, and I just show. Sometimes I show. We film it from this, so you can see my computer screen. Sometimes you see the whiteboard that I have in the background of mine. I mean, my whole office can look very big when you're filming it, but actually it's a
Like 3 times 3 meters. No.
yeah, it's 3 by 5, I think, or something like that. So it's not that big, but it has enough corners to do that. And sometimes we were filming next to the library, right? So I have where all the books is, and we stopped doing it because people were trying to read the names of the books, which is an important lesson. We try to do other things, like I have a really nice aquarium, and so we tried that as a background, and people were trying to follow the lobster. I mean, it takes attention. Anything that moves. I mean, if you film in the street or from a building, I saw that already a lot of times that people are filming in a nice hotel room. But what happens is that the background, you see traffic, or you see a plane goes or whatever it is, and it takes attention. So you want a very quiet, I mean, not busy background. Does that make sense? Yeah. Sounds like stupid tips, but this is what makes a difference. What you want to make sure that nothing goes growing from their head. I mean, I see that all the time. You know, there's all the time, they film it somewhere and there's something behind. And when you look at it, it looks strange. And you're busy with that. Some part of your brain is trying to understand what it is. So, you know, empty it. Does that make sense? Yes. All right. Another thing about background, which is not about background how it looks, but about how it sounds, is make sure the background noise is minimum or none. Okay? And the thing is, this is important because the camera hears what you don't. You're so used to the planes, I'm so used to the planes, that I don't hear them. But Lerke is sitting there with the earphones. She said, no, we couldn't hear a word you said. Okay, because the airplane was there. Thank you for watching, and I hope that it inspired you to take the first step on the path of using video effectively to grow your business. And before we say goodbye, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, leave me a comment under the video. I'm happy to read your thoughts and ideas, learn from your experience, and answer any related questions. Live fully, stay awesome. From Nisandeh.